In this video, we're going to watch some terrifying Godzilla analog horror. For some reason, Godzilla has been a huge topic in this genre, but for good reason, as it's allowed many artists to showcase their talent. However, in this video, I will not be covering Man in the Suit because I've already done that. As always, like, subscribe, and support the original creator. So we're going to start off with Godzilla Bloodbath. I think that this is new. This is a teaser of an episode that the creator is going to release soon, it seems like, but I've noticed a lot of buzz around this recently. It's kind of like that 2D art style that a lot of creators like to do. So I guess let's jump right into it. It's a very interesting design for Godzilla. By the way, I've always liked Godzilla. I haven't really been into it, so I kind of don't know like a lot of the lore. But this is quite a bit different right here. It's an interesting concept. I think a lot of the style of 2D the style of 2D animation is a little overused in the YouTube space, especially when it comes to analog horror, but that's just kind of what it is. But I actually do like the design of the Godzilla. I'm not sure what the name of this specific Godzilla is, but I feel like this is more accurate to what the actual dinosaurs looked like. I think they were more bird-like. So instead of like an actual reptile original Godzilla, I feel like this is what he would have actually looked like. Yeah, no, that's unsettling. Stares right at it. It's pretty nice. I mean, it looks good. I really like how analog horror has evolved into more animation as opposed to just still images, even though this isn't my favorite type of animation, but I do think that's pretty cool, and I think the episode's going to be cool when it comes out. Now, the second Godzilla analog horror that we're going to be checking out looks a little more realistic, like actual 3D animation. New York, 1994, the Gryphon.
Subject 25, classified by scientists as the Gryphon. Originated
what language
from a
is
meteor.
that? So we're getting some lore here.
Although the meteor was recovered, an alien organism escaped and went undiscovered for 3 days as it traveled to feed on animals in the form of a bat-like colony. The Gryphon, which slowly started to take on a definitive form, made its way toward New York.
Everything has to happen in New York,
Not long
right?
after, another predator began making its way to the same location that early readings first thought was Godzilla.
It's cool over. Oh, okay. Oh, it's like he's on the tower like King Kong. I do like this animation a little bit better. A little bit better. I like the multiple perspectives too. Like it's all like found footage. Yeah, seeing the fight from like all sorts of different perspectives is pretty cool.
Incredible view here as Godzilla is pushing the creature further.
It's really not bad. It's really smooth animation. Some angles more than others. There was a couple angles in the beginning I wasn't so sure. But the graininess really adds to it. It's up close. I mean, we're really just getting all the angles. I wonder how long it took them to like compile all this footage. All the phones and everything on the ground. It's really intense, really action-packed, which you don't typically see that. How is that? Is that his insides or is that something else? Oh wow, that's just, wow. Yeah, they put it on the Statue of Liberty. That's cool. That's cool. I like that a lot. Threat level 4, evacuation success, 64%. That's a 435. That's Yeah, it's a lot of people. Wow, and that's the end. No, I enjoyed that a lot. I enjoyed that a lot. I feel like when I watch Godzilla analog horror, that's kind of what I expect. You know, that's kind of what I expect. I expect the huge CGI fights. Now this one's called Shelter 54, and this is a very long video, so I'm gonna have to cut it down a bit. But I will watch the full thing. I'll just kind of add in the key points. But this is a fairly new one, only uploaded 4 weeks ago. But I always try to get the newest that have been uploaded, because it's like, again, everybody's seen Man in the Suit, we know about it, so it's just, let's try to get something new.
It's a warm, clear Saturday in Florida when tragedy strikes. A shelter is flooded by highly radioactive material. Over the course of a year, poor management and negligence leads to thousands of deaths and the creation of a monster
I like how they're giving a lot of
anything
backstory
our world
here.
has
I
known.
do. It's always appreciated, especially in a genre where that's kind of scarce, depending on what you watch.
The genetic engineering company Biollante has a pipe burst underneath their facility. The contamination reaches parts of the Everglades and causes a mutation in a small mosquito population, causing them to grow to extraordinary size.
Oh wow. Subject 17. Now, is this a character? Was that a character that's already canon in the Godzilla lore, or are they just kind of? Is he just kind of making up new things? Somebody tell me.
They named the invasive
Like I said, I'm not very
species of
educated on
mosquito. The Skeeterus swarm returned to Florida, where it attracted the attention of Subject 16.
Subject 16. That is that Godzilla, I assume. There it is. And let me tell you, this is the best animation I've seen so far. I mean, it really is. At least when it comes to Godzilla. I mean, this is a lot of attention to detail. It's very smooth.
Incident,
how many people died
civilians
total?
were taking cover
insane.
in Shelter 54 when Subject 16 landed a fatal blow on the large female Skeetera.
It's like all in New York. It always happens in New York.
After Skeetera was crushed, her internal organs and collected blood rushed down into Shelter 54.
Who designed this?
The entrance
so much for
was
being safe,
flooded
right?
With over 200,000 gallons of radioactive
200,000 gallons.
fluid is the last known communication from Shelter 54.
And I appreciate all the dialogue not being like, I like how there's no like AI dialogue voice, you know what I mean?
Due to the intense radioactivity,
that looks good.
Shelter
That is
54
real.
wasn't
Okay. That's actual
properly
footage.
explored until 5 days later. It was considered a complete loss of
That's
life.
not. I mean, it's animation. You can always tell. You can always differentiate it.
Massive botanical growth had taken over the room. The victims inside had not just been consumed by the
part
organism,
of it.
but were a part of it, as were the plants from hydroponic storage. The hybrid
That's a cool
organism
design. I
at
wonder how
this
long it took
time
to do that
referred to
animation.
as sub. This time, Subject 19 took on a Godzilla-like form as it became mobile.
Well, it's just like Godzilla. Yeah, I think we're gonna need a little more than that to take this thing on, but I feel like I know what's gonna happen. It's a little predictable at this point. But I'm sure the fight's gonna be pretty cool. As every visual in this video so far has been pretty impressive. Sound design too. Sound design is real nice. Is that it, or is it gonna mutate again? Yeah, it's gonna regen. No. There you go. Wow.
Radar showed a large mass moving in on his location.
So it's not over. No, is he back? Is it the same mass? It just grew more, or is it something else? I love the atmosphere. Head back. Grew stronger. It's way bigger than Godzilla this time. Tossed him like it was nothing. Will it get him this time? Uh-oh. Holy shit. Just grenaded everything. I know there's names for these attacks. Don't attack me. I know there's names for these attacks, so don't get mad at me because I don't know the name of it. But I don't want to guess because I don't want to sound stupid.
The toxic blast released by Subject 19 seemed to have a paralyzing effect on Godzilla.
Did it kill him? Did it kill him?
He was unconscious for 4 days before returning to the sea.
4 days.
He was inactive after this event for 3 months. In the end, thousands died or were seriously injured.
Thousands
Yokohama had transformed forever. Today, Subject 19, now officially named Biollante, has taken control over parts of the Okigahara forest.
Wow, you just straight up couldn't beat him.
Although generally peaceful now, Biollante's presence has attracted several other superfauna that sometimes become aggressive when she's threatened.
So it's not particularly dangerous or particularly hostile. It's dangerous.
The victims of Shelter 54 live on in Biollante.
Wow.
Never able to live, never able to die.
It's a horrifying
forever,
fate.
A dark reminder of our mistakes.
They shouldn't have been allowed to do all that in the lab in the first place. That's atrocious. And it's just gonna be there. It's gonna hang there forever. Interesting. $56 billion in damages. 215,000 casualties. That is, I absolutely love the large-scale, high-stakes, world-ending scenes. Especially, this is something that I expected out of I don't know, like a actual film production studio. But I gotta say, I'm very impressed, not only by the visuals, which, by the way, looked like it had an incredible amount of attention to detail, very smooth, The fight scenes just kind of kept going. Unlike some of the movies, they were not scared to fully embrace the big monster fights. I think that's very impressive. But I also like the story. At the end, it wasn't just like, oh, good guy win, everybody saved. It was like the other monster was just kind of there, and they just had to come to terms with how, you know, Godzilla had lost, and that's just kind of the way it is, and they had to live side by side with this monstrosity. So I mean, this is easily the best Godzilla analog horror I've ever seen, and I don't even think it comes close, truthfully. Definitely, I mean, not even 500,000 views yet in almost a month. This needs way more recognition.